I saw a video, Feed Your Mind, Feed Your Mind, the guy with the real deep voice. He did a video showing a DIRTH, a Deep in the Rabbit Hole video, where DITRH was showing how he believes a compass works on the flat Earth map. So you have the North Pole's in the center, and it's like this. It's what causes the whole compass magnet. And so as like Magellan and others, they sail around the world. They don't sail around the globe. They sail around the continents. And it's like, well, if you have a compass, then how come? And so after I saw that video, I thought, can you sail true west? And I'm not explaining this right. You'd have to see the video, but basically it's saying that the North Pole, which is in the center of the world, not the north like we think or the south like we think, but on the flat Earth map, the North Pole is in the dead center, and it's always pulling at the compass. So as you're sailing, you think you're sailing west, but you're always being like, turned with you as your compass is always, synchronized to the North Pole. You think you're sailing west, but you're actually sailing in a circle. So what a grand trick it was for whoever, put that there however many years ago it was. So then I thought, like, how could you actually go true west? You'd have to completely abandon your compass. And actually, if you kept going, I don't even know if it's possible to. So this is also in thinking of, if you believe in the flat Earth map and you believe that the Antarctica surrounds all the continents, you would think that no matter where you leave, you'd hit ice. So if you sailed west from California, actually, we'd have to pull up a flat Earth map. All right, this will have to do. So if you say, so it's not, okay. So if you sail west out of California, it'll take a while, but eventually you'll hit ice. I mean, who knows if you could even get there? Maybe. I mean, I don't sail, so I don't know. That's a pretty treacherous ocean there. If you sail south out of Mexico, eventually you'd get there. Or obviously everybody gets there via Argentina. I wonder if you go south out of South Africa, if you'd get there. And then Australia is pretty close to it. And even if you, man, look how far that is from there. But basically the idea is if you go, well, west, west or south or whatever direction, you should hit ice. Like that should be a provable thing. So it's not so much of, with this whole prove the Antarctic thing, you don't have to actually get to Antarctica, the continent, and walk over the ice wall. An easier experiment would be, hey, from every direction, can you get to the ice wall? If the ice wall really surrounds the whole thing, if you travel west or south or whatever, you should hit ice eventually, so long as you're not hitting a continent. And the only way you'd hit another continent is if you go north out of South America. If you go, it's like southeast out of North America. Obviously, if you go north out of North America, you should hit Asia. And so basically look at the map and follow the map. Now, again, as you're traveling, the trick here is that the North Pole is always going to drag you back. So you won't know what direction you're traveling. So you'll think you're traveling west, but is it true west? You're traveling magnetic west. And if you're traveling magnetic west, you're going to keep getting pulled around and around. And that kind of goes with that orbit thing. If all the satellites aren't really there, but then you're like, well, how do you explain the ISS? This whole little magnetic circular thing would make sense if it actually allows for a geosynchronous orbit of a satellite to happen. It's not that it's in outer space, it's just that this little North Pole magnet that's there pulling the compass is always, I think you guys get it, right? So that's the experiment. You don't have to climb the ice wall. Just from all directions, they got to sail out and see if they hit ice based on this map or whatever the flat earthers believe the map is now, because it changes all the time. I'm not pushing for either one. I'm just saying, hey, there's this theory out there. It hasn't been properly debunked yet. It's just been, I'm talking flat earth. People just yell at you and force you into compliance to come back to the flock. But I want to prove or disprove it one way or the other. Obviously, there's no way, if Antarctica is really this big, there's no way that the military is patrolling the whole entire circle. So that's one to pass on to your flat earth friends and say, hey, how about this idea? Can you Can you travel in a true direction, like based on this line here? Because the compass is going to lie to you. If you're following your compass, it's going to keep you in a circle. So you have to figure out how to travel without going with the compass so you can get to the ice wall, if it's really there.